What's up, YouTube? It's Intellectual Money here. Today I'm going to be discussing a few things that I look for when I'm trying to navigate my way through this current crypto dip that we're in right now. I hope you guys get a lot from this video because I'm going to be discussing a lot of crucial indicators that I believe a swing trader or even a long-term investor into crypto can utilize for their benefit. However, what I'm showing today does not promise any guarantees. It's indicators that show us great buying points for Bitcoin, the greatest asset of the prior decade. To begin, head to a website that we are all lucky to have thanks to the great Plan B, and that website is lookintobitcoin.com. I'll plug his or her Twitter account in the bio, as truly Plan B deserves most, if not all, of the credit for the work that they've done. So now that we're here, we're going to be looking up an indicator called the Puell multiple. That is the Puell multiple. To see how this chart is used, I'm going to be reading off a short section on the website that is put in place to explain how to use this indicator. And I quote, "There are periods of time where the value of Bitcoins being mined and entering the ecosystem is too great or too little relative to historical norms. Understanding these periods of time can be beneficial to the strategic Bitcoin investor. The chart above highlights periods where the value of Bitcoins issued on a daily basis has historically been extremely low, Puell multiple entering green box, end parentheses, which provide outsized returns for Bitcoin investors who bought Bitcoin here. It also shows periods where the daily issuance value was extremely high, parentheses, Puell multiple entering red box, end parentheses, providing an advantageous profit taking for Bitcoin investors who sold here." Now let's look back at history to see when this chart has shown us these great times to buy into Bitcoin. And that is, based off of this chart, that's when the red line enters or even goes below the green box that you see at the bottom. On October 11th, 2011, it made its first entry into the green box and continued to enter and exit that box until around December 20th, 2011. During that time, we see Bitcoin's valuation bottom out around the $2.20 range twice in October and November. After December 20th, 2011, even though we saw dips in the Bitcoin's valuation at later dates, they never quite got as low as when they were prior to December 20th, 2011, when this indicator was showing the red line in the green box. So far, I'd write that off as a success. I won't get into extreme detail like the first entry, but as long as you look at the daily time frames, this indicator, every time it has dipped into the green box or even below the green box, has shown successful times to buy Bitcoin. And if you had bought in 2015, 2018, and even 2020, when this indicator was in the green box, you'd be up massively in profits today. Now, some of you guys may be asking, that is great to have pointed that out about the past, but how essentially would that help us today? And good news for you guys, I'm about to get into that right now. It's only a very tiny dip into the green box, and we've actually exited at the time of this recording. But it is key to note that as of June 27th, 2021, we have seen the red line slightly enter into that green box around that time. I'm not saying this dip is over. It could potentially last for several more months. This indicator could potentially continue to dip into the green. It does not have to. But now that we've already seen that little small dip in June, um, it is very possible that this indicator can dip more into the green box since we are already so close. It does not have to. But to have cash ready for if that was to happen, as this indicator has shown historically, when the red line is, in the green box, moving around, even below it at times, it has shown great times to buy into Bitcoin and crypto for the long term. Once again, this is not financial advice. I'm just here to put this on your radar and letting you know that historically, when people buy in the green box, based off of this indicator, they have done well over time. Now, the past performance does not actually truly have to happen for the future. So make sure you guys are doing your homework out there and investing safe and smart. Another indicator, one of my favorites, is the fear and greed. We're currently seeing a decline on the fear and greed at this moment since our 65K local top, and we're currently still sitting in the fear side. The needle is still facing onto the fear. Another thing this lets me know as an investor is the opportunity is either here or is near for those that still believe that there is more room and more time to go for this crypto bull market, as I do personally believe at the time of this recording. Now, even though I like the Puell and I like the fear and greed indicators, these aren't the only indicators out there. And what I like to do is I like to utilize multiple indicators that have shown Bitcoin over a long period of time and the price fluctuations to help me have a better gauge on the crypto market, as up until this point, Bitcoin still essentially leads and runs crypto, and if it's hot or cold. The last thing I'm keeping my eyes on right now is an indicator that you can find on an app called TradingView. And in the search bar, you're going to type in hash ribbons. It's an indicator that, explained very simply, essentially shows us a bunch of repeating green circles. And this is an indication to us that the miners, the people that mine Bitcoin, are essentially capitulating and selling off a bunch of Bitcoin. Historically, these times match up with oversold periods for Bitcoin, and we tend to see after these repeating green circles, a blue circle pop up, which is after the capitulation. This blue circle is called a buy signal, which is, to me, a very important signal. History has shown us that after this buy signal, just as long as there's not another capitulation soon after the buy signal, we tend to see great runs for Bitcoin. Now, if we do see another capitulation after this capitulation, that is fine. That has happened before with Bitcoin. And it essentially just means that we're going to be trading lower or even sideways for a longer period of time. But eventually, there will be that final buy signal that will not have another capitulation soon after it. And that is the one that we're looking for an indication of the run up in Bitcoin's price. As we can see on the chart, we're currently in a capitulation, and I'm sure a lot of savvy investors and traders are sitting, waiting patiently for that buy signal to go in with an investment or a trade. Now, whether a buy signal is the final one and it leads to a bull market either continuing or really getting going, or it falls in line with more capitulation following, and then eventually another buy signal, which has happened a few times. Essentially, buying in during these buy signals has been a high reward, low risk standpoint historically. And when we do see one, whether it comes after this current capitulation that we're in or a future capitulation that we see in the short term, when we do see it, I'm going to be personally buying into Bitcoin slash any other cryptocurrencies that I deem to be a solid investment. It's not financial advice for you guys to do it as well, but what I would implore you guys to do is go to TradingView, look up the hash ribbons, and see how buy signals and capitulations have acted historically with the price of Bitcoin. From there, you'll be able to make your own decisions and see, all right, do I want to buy during a beginning of capitulation, the middle of a capitulation, or when we see that blue buy signal, or just not buy at all. Maybe you guys want to just sit on the sidelines and study how this buy signal that we will eventually get, and how it reacts as an indicator to the price of Bitcoin. It's up to you. So the question was when to buy Bitcoin. Essentially, the answer to that question is ultimately up to you. I really hope that the indicators that I've shown you guys today help you guys in your present and in your future, as they have helped me in my past, and they will continue to help me move forward in my life. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like these indicators, smash the like button like Tinder. Don't forget to hit us up with a subscribe. In the comment section, type anything you guys want about these indicators. Show me some other indicators that you guys are using that you believe that will work well with the ones that I have shown. Maybe later on the line I'll make another video talking about how these indicators that I've mentioned work well with other indicators that other people have brought to my attention. And that is all I have. Thank you guys for watching.